Hello everybody, Mike here. Which image generator in 2026 is the best? In today's video, we're going to find out. Before we get into it, if you want in-depth tutorials on AI, filmmaking, and content creation in general, head on over to my Skool. It's completely free to join. So for today's video, we're going to be using 5 image generators specifically. Some of the biggest ones that I think are worth looking at in 2026. First one we're going to look at is GPT-2, then Nano Banana Pro, then Seedream, then Ideogram, and finally, we're going to look at Midjourney. For the most part, we're going to be hearing Leonardo AI for this tutorial. We've got a series of prompts that we're going to run each one through, varying tests here. So we've got like Hyperreal portrait, vintage advertisement, Hollywood movie poster, album cover, and so on. So the first test is a Hyperreal portrait. So we're going to take this prompt, I'm going to run it through GPT-2 first, set our dimensions to 16:9, quality to medium, and just keep this on small for now because we don't need full HD quality for demonstration purposes. And then move on to the next model. Run the same prompt on Nano Banana Pro, do the same thing with Seedream. And over here on Hyperreal, we're going to use Midjourney. Let's look at the results, shall we? All right, so here's the results of our first test. This is GPT 2.0, and yeah, this looks pretty damn good to me. Let's see what Nano Banana Pro did with this same prompt. I prefer this at a glance. This looks good as well, though. Honestly, it's minor stuff, to be honest. So let's have a look at how Seedream did. This is a cool image, but it doesn't look like a photorealistic portrait to me. Or photograph, I should say. There's some weird stuff going on with, I suppose these are raindrops on the character's face. Looks a bit weird. The eyes look a bit strangely lit as well. You can see this weirdly named cafe in the background. It's like AI gobbledygook, which often creeps into these images when the text isn't strictly prompted for. But overall, at a glance, this looks really good as well. This is Ideogram. I got the dimensions wrong, but I really like this photo. Let's see what Midjourney did. Yeah, so Midjourney by default does 4 options. This is it over in Hyperreal. There is obviously the native version as well. And I think this looks really good. You're going to see, I think, throughout this video that Midjourney still punches above its weight and is a very good image generator in 2026. Okay, so our next prompt is this vintage advertisement. Again, we're just going to run this through each prompt model in turn. So I'm doing portrait style for this next one because I feel like it'll suit an advertisement better. Okay, let's have a look at the results to this one. And GPT straight away, right off the bat with this amazing image. It's even got this little text here. This looks like something out of Fallout or something. Let's see what Nano Banana Pro did with the same prompt. Again, it's done its own thing with the text. I love the creative. It just does its own thing. I just love it. The taste of tomorrow. I think that was one of the only things that was actually prompted for. One thing I'd say about this one is this does not convince me that I'm looking at a real 1950s advert. Whereas the GPT one, straight away, that's so like era appropriate. Let's see how Seedream did. Whoa, really cool. I was curious to see how it would do with the text because that was one of the things I was curious about with Seedream specifically. It seems to have handled this pretty damn well. I don't think it's as good as GPT 2.0, but it's still very good. So Midjourney, it really, it excels in many ways at doing the vintage vibe. I feel like this is the 1950s vibe nailed. I don't think GPT, artistically speaking, matches this. None of the others can do this. There are some obvious problems though. The text in this one, need I say more? And obviously it's done Coca-Cola, not our fictional brand version of Rocket Cola. It tried to add our text, but it failed miserably. But I just love the artistic style of this. It's just unmatched among any of the image generators I've used. So this is why I love Midjourney. Again, look at this one. So in terms of vibe, amazing. But in terms of prompt adherence, no. What you could do, potentially, is take one of these base images and take it over to Nano, try and maintain the style and then edit in the changes. That is something you could definitely do. Okay, our next prompt, we've got this Hollywood movie poster idea. See how each one does. And GPT-2 is impressing me. So it's got this little slogan at the top. It's got this very appropriate image here. This title looks great. And you've got all these credits at the bottom and everything, and coming soon. This looks like a real movie poster. Very impressive. GPT 2.0, I think, is winning in general on prompt adherence so far. Let's see how Nano did. Also very good. Not as good as GPT 2.0 though. This looks like a good poster, but overall it's just not as convincing as this. This looks like a real movie poster. This just looks like a good poster in general. Let's see how Seedream did. Yeah, this is not working for me. These font choices are very iffy. They don't really match the vibe. The image itself is really cool, but yeah, this is not really working for me. This, see how Midjourney did. So we've got 4, 3 because one of them failed to generate. I actually managed the text on this one, Midjourney, and even tried to do some credits to the background, but I guarantee if we zoom into them, it will just be a bunch of gobbledygook. Yeah, you can see there's just nonsense at the bottom there. But if you see this from a distance like this, you can look at this and go, oh yeah, this looks like a real movie poster. I like that Midjourney understands what a poster looks like. In terms of the composition, this is almost as good as GPT. It just struggles with text and other things. Okay, so the next test is an album cover, specifically for an EDM festival album titled Party Time. Okay, so we're going to set the dimensions to 1 by 1 for this because album covers are those dimensions. Here we go. GPT-1 to start with. Amazing. I love this. I really like the choice of font and color scheme. Suits the vibe. So let's have a look at what Nana did. This is also pretty good, but I don't really like the artistic style it's gone for. It looks a bit futuristic and the crowd looks the aesthetic looks a bit, it's very digital, if that makes sense. Whereas I liked the vibe of this a lot better. This actually suits the vibe as well. Got this high energy EDM album cover. Let's have a look at what Seedream did. Arguably worse than Nana. So far, yeah, it's GPT winning, then Nana. And then this kind of looks a bit random to me. Doesn't really look like a good album cover. There's not much symmetry here. This just looks a bit strange to me. Title's okay, but the font's very generic. Let's move on to Ideogram. This is no good at all. This is very amateurish. The font is barely legible. It's really small. The image itself looks a bit random and disconnected. Not really usable as an album cover. Okay, I think we'll move on to Midjourney, see what that did. So Midjourney came in with some pretty good results here. Considering how much it struggled with text throughout, this actually is impressive. Don't like the text on that one, but this is what I like about Midjourney. You get 4 options every time. These actually look like album covers. Got the nice little border here. The text is a bit iffy. You got this random, I suppose what would be like liner notes or whatever you call it in the corner here. It understands what an album cover is supposed to look like. This one's cool as well. Next up, we have luxury product photography. Here's the prompt here. Let's see how each one gets on with this. GPT, wow. Now, I don't actually even know if we asked for a Rolex in the prompt, but it has, as you can see, done a Rolex, and it's added this text here. It's added a lot of detail with the text, in fact. I'm going to zoom in and see if that is legible as well. Even this down here is almost legible. That is crazy. So the detail here is superb. Yeah, let's see what Nana did. This is good. The text here is also very impressive. I love just how well GPT and Nana perform when it comes to doing text. I don't think this, as I say, this text was not prompted for. It just adds it. It's crazy. See how Seedream did? I added text, but as you can see, there's some very clear issues going on here. It's very AI, it's gobbledygook, nonsense, whatnot, or whatever. And there's a weird reflection going on here where there's this blue reflection, which looks a bit strange. There's a clear gulf in class between the Nana and GPT ones and this. Although at a glance, this could be usable. Ideogram. A similar thing to Seedream. At a glance, it's perfectly usable, but then you zoom in and you notice the details are very iffy. Let's see how Midjourney did with this. 4 options, as always. You can actually see, I think it tried to do Rolex on the text there, but it's not quite done it properly. These aren't very usable, in my opinion. This is not the kind of thing Midjourney excels at. This prompt is very specific. It's got a lot of different objects mentioned in the prompt, specific numbers and whatnot. And the idea of this prompt is to check if the AI can accurately follow instructions. I'm going to change the dimensions to 16:9 and maybe go a bit high quality for this one, since there's a lot going on. Here is the result from this very specific prompt. So let's just count, shall we? So we asked for 1 golden retriever. We have that. 1 open sketchbook. Yep. 2 mugs of coffee. Check. 1 red bicycle. Yep. Morning sunlight. Check. 7 framed paintings. Yep. 3 potted plants. That's crazy. So GPT nailed this. Let's see if Nana managed the same thing. Yep. So there's more than 2 mugs of coffee. There are 8 paintings instead of 7. It's got the bike there. It's got the golden retriever. Added more plants. Maybe. I think we can give Nano a pass for that. I don't know what this is in the middle. GPT wins this so far, just simply because it adhered to the prompt, which was what this test was about. This is Seedream. Yeah, 7 paintings on the wall, 3 potted plants. golden retriever, sketchbook, 2 mugs of coffee, red bike. Yeah, that nailed it. Very impressive, actually, Seedream here. Prompt adherence is on point. Let's see if did Ideogram manage the same thing. All the important details are there, but yeah, it's taken some creative liberties. There's more than 3 plants. There's more than 7 paintings. GPT wins this one. Close second is Nano. Seedream did a pretty damn good job as well. Did Midjourney do all right with this though? It did, to a degree, in that it made an image. There's a lot more than 7 paintings on that wall though. I've got a bike. The desk is littered with stuff. Some of them might be coffee mugs, I can't tell. A lot more than just 3 potted plants. It's a cool image. It's just not really what we asked for in terms of prompt adherence. This next one is a typography challenge. We're going to do a poster again, but we're going to have a lot of specific text on it and see how the model fares with it. Okay, so this was the result of the very specific prompts where we had a lot of text, and this was GPT's take on that. So we've got this event kind of poster for an AI Creator Summit 2026. And honestly, yeah, that looks fantastic. Pet's done the job. Exactly what we asked for. Let's see how Nano Banana Pro got on. This is like adheres to the prompt, but this down here looks horrible. It's not as cleanly laid out as this. This looks like a professional poster. This looks like it got all the important things right. It got the text, got the important details, but it looks very amateurish in comparison to the GPT one. Let's see how Seedream did. Fair play to Seedream, it got all the text correct, but this looks pretty horrible to me. I don't know what all these background lines are doing. It's just, yeah, this looks very ugly. But okay, let's see how Ideogram did. Okay. Less said the better, I think. Let's see how Midjourney did. Now, this is where we run into the very real limits with a model like Midjourney, because it already struggles with text on a basic level. The amount that's going on here in this prompt is just too much for it to handle. So it's given us this very bizarre abstract art. None of this is usable. And I was expecting a result like this with Midjourney, to be fair. Next up, we have fantasy concept art. We're going to see how each model fares and which one is our favorite. Okay, so this is the first result for our fantasy image. This is GPT-2. And wow, yeah, it looks pretty damn good. Let's see how Nano handled this prompt. Okay, Nano's winning straight away with this prompt. There's something about this style here that I didn't really like, although I like the content of the image. Whereas this Nano one, straight away, just feels more appropriate for the prompt. This just looks much more impressive and appropriate for the setting. And the detail seems better as well. Oh, Seedream. Okay, I think this is the first time Seedream is actually beating GPT-2 and actually giving Nano a run for its money too. This is my favorite one, I think, so far. It's between this and Nano for sure. Yeah, I think this has the edge. Let's see how Ideogram got on. Yeah, this is cool, but this doesn't have the same epic quality to it that the other two did. I guess it works, but yeah, by far, this is my favorite one by Seedream. Okay, let's see how Midjourney did with this. I was expecting better things from Midjourney, to be fair, but we've got 4 options, and actually they are pretty cool. So we had our bonus one, which I wanted to test, which was the 1950s Super Panavision style shot. I'm especially interested to see how Midjourney compares with all the others on this list for this specific shot, because, as I say, when I used Midjourney before, it was the king of doing like vintage, like cinematic movie stills. Okay, there is one more prompt I want to try. This is because I used to use this kind of prompt on one of my channels all the time back in the day when this niche was blowing up on YouTube, which is the Super Panavision 70 niche. You had all these 1950s style trailers of modern blockbuster movies and that. It was a very big thing on YouTube for a while. And Midjourney was the go-to for that kind of thing at one point. Okay, let's have a look at the results of the last test and then we'll do our final assessment. So let's have a look at our first one here. This is GPT. That looks quite legit. Let's have a look at Nano then. I think this is even better. This looks like the appropriate lighting. And at a glance, yeah, I'm thinking this looks like it's from a 1950s movie, a Western. I'm going to give the edge to Nano so far, but let's see how Seedream got on. Nice. I think Nano's better. This shot looks very interesting, but I think stylistically and with the lighting and whatnot, this is much more on point. Let's see how Ideogram did. Okay. Well, I don't think the lighting is on point. But it does look pretty good. The faces are actually pretty good in this one. Of the characters in the background, this looks good. I think, honestly, the thing that I'm noticing with all of these is most outputs are usable, but it's just subtle differences really between each one. Let's have a look at Midjourney then, see how it did with this. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about 1950 Super Panavision. This, even though there's a lot of weird AI mistakes in the image, this is where Midjourney shines. This is more convincing than any of the images in terms of the stylistic output when it comes to this specific prompt. I thought Nano came close, but you can see it's got a very clean quality, whereas Midjourney, it just goes full on. This is like believable as a Western still from the era. So this is my favorite by far. This is why Midjourney still impresses me to this day and why I still love it. Okay, so that is everything. Hopefully you can see that there are strengths and weaknesses to each one, although I think two in particular are leading the pack right now, and that is GPT 2.0 and Nano Banana Pro. But I think there's a reason that there are a lot of different generators, because as you can see, Midjourney excels at something that I don't think any of the others can do. Ideogram and Seedream have their own specific strengths as well. And it's also a question of how many credits you're going to burn through. Some of these will do the same job for a lot less credits and get you close enough. Whereas if you're just trying to use like Nano Banana Pro or GPT 2.0 for all your images, you might run into the problem of burning through credits too fast. You can get some very usable results in, say, Midjourney. You can get 4 to choose from. If you was doing a prompt where you wanted a lot of control, it seems that Ideogram and Seedream can do the job very well. I just want to show you what is one of my favorite features with Nano Banana. Really, the limit is becoming just your imagination at this point. AI is becoming like a creative assistant where you use it to guide it to get the results you want. But anyway, that is the conclusion to this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like, give me a comment and subscribe for future content like this. Remember, if you want free content, free resources on AI filmmaking and content creation in general, come and join me on Skool. It'd be great to see you there, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.